Hello everybody, I am here at the beautiful Cellini's Bar Bistro Cafe with one of the legends of the Australian music industry, Mr. Rusty Brown. How are you, Mr. Rusty Brown?
Hello, brother.
Very good.
Very good to be here in Heidelberg, Germany.
Yes, Heidelberg, Germany. Now, we're going to talk about the release of the new Electric Mary album, Mother. April 2018 was the last Electric Mary gig.
Yes.
And things went very quiet for a while. There wasn't a lot of social media stuff. It all went quiet. Why the wait? What was the situation?
The tanker ran aground. I had a little illness I needed to get right. There was a little honestly, a little turmoil within the band in their own situation. So that each individual had to fix their own thing.
Yeah.
We already released Woman in November 2017.
Yes.
And the album wasn't finished, so there was a few things that we had to do to finish the album. And we'd recorded it by the end of May.
Right.
And then we decided in July, that we would stop in April and try and get things right.
Yep.
We recorded, finished it in May, and then it never got mixed until October 2018. So
Wow.
a full year had passed between the release of the first single and, what we know now as Mother.
So it just sort of sat on the back burner while things got sorted.
Yeah.
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 Okay, fair enough. Now, Mother is the name of the new album, of course.
Yes.
As we've said. What's the meaning behind that title? It's a very strong title, I reckon.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It was originally going to be called Woman.
Right. Well,
Because woman is, strength. Everybody knows that mothers run families. Fathers think they do, but they don't. It's a mother thing.
Yes.
And when Alex, our bass player, did the artwork, the front cover looked like we were on the moon.
It's a great
And
cover.
we're looking down on it. And I think I said, that looks like Mother Earth. And then someone else said, we should just call it Mother.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it does. When you look down on it, it's like a satellite picture in a way.
Yeah. But it's not. It's a drone just above our heads, and he, manoeuvred the art and the colours, and
So-
that's what it looked like to us. Yeah.
So Alex did the cover, did he?
Yes, he does all our artwork actually.
Yeah. Wow.
So if you don't like it, blame him.
Yeah,
I love
talented.
it personally.
Yeah, I think it looks great. Talented man.
He is.
What does it mean to you, given that you've talked about how the album was recorded and it was almost sort of 12 months before it got mixed and ready to go? What does it mean to you to have it done and out? And was there ever a time during that period where you thought it might not happen?
This is a real honesty session between you and I. I thought the band was over.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, we just, and Brett said to me, our guitarist, a couple of weeks ago, and it really glued everything together for me, and it totally made sense.
Yeah.
He said, in a conversation not unlike this, unfortunately, Rusty, you made the best band you've ever made with people who already had a life and a lifestyle.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that
And
makes
I
sense.
went, you are so right.
Yeah.
Because I tend to find myself waiting around a lot while the others do something, because Electric Mary, probably in Australia, I suppose, we're not really big enough to be the one thing.
Right.
Everyone
Outside
earns a
stuff.
living,
Yeah.
or plays in other bands because that's what they love and that's what they do.
Yeah.
So I tend to, throw out a whole bunch of dates. Can we do this? And sometimes they come together and sometimes they don't.
Right.
I've had personal messages on Facebook where people negatively are thinking that we're lazy or we don't want to do it, and we only want to do a corner show and then make a whole bunch of money and then go away. It's just totally not how it is.
No.
The fact is this: each member in our band, and we've got a new drummer as well, and that was part of the process as well for Spider.
Yep.
It took a while for us to get Spider into the band.
Yeah.
For each member of our band has their own thing.
Their own life.
So getting it together is not that easy.
No.
But when we get it together, we all come from different corners of wherever we are for this one thing that is Electric Mary. And that's why I love Electric Mary so much. Like, it's not about it's my thing or whatever, but it's in music, it's my thing.
Yeah. And it's different to a younger band because everyone in your band has got, kids and older people. So there's a life. Whereas, you've got the young guys. Well,
It's true. I am the oldest, though.
Yeah. And whereas your younger bands have all got, a lot of them are still living at home with their parents and whatever, so it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
But when you've got a life, it's hard.
I say to people a lot, if I was 20 or 22, I'd probably live in Europe.
Yeah.
But that's only because I know what I know now.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't know that then. But there are a lot of Australians living overseas, playing music that we don't know of.
Yeah.
I meet them at shows.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, oh, you're Australian.
Yeah.
Are you on a holiday or something? No, I've lived here for 5 years.
Right.
I play in this band or I play in that band.
And do it overseas.
Because, everyone's heard this story before, I suppose, but I'll say it one more time. If you get in a van in Melbourne and drive to Sydney, it's a 9-hour drive. There's only one gig in between, SS&A Club Albury.
Yep.
Unless Canberra has something they want to do.
Yeah.
If you get in a van in Paris and drive for 9 hours, you'll go through 3 countries and you'll play 15 shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the difference, and that's the reason we keep going back overseas as well, and we can't just keep going around Australia. We're not a band that gets played on the radio as such.
Yeah.
If we were, we'd spend more time doing stuff here, and it's not because we don't want to do it. It's because it's actually hard to do.
It's bloody hard work. That's right.
If we could get on when we were playing with the Baby Animals and we did that, tour where we were supporting, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because the Baby Animals are the draw card and we're the I don't know, the condiments.
The other dudes. So, in regards to this album, right, I heard from a reliable source that you took off for a couple of days and you locked yourself away and you wrote a heap of songs and you came up with about 14 of them. Was that in relation to this album, and lyrically as well, did you write everything? Lyrics, music, how did you go about this locking yourself away?
Well, I did. It's the second time I've locked myself away. I did it for the Last Great Hope EP too. But this 14 songs have nothing to do with Mother, although Sorry Baby did make it on it, with a different middle section.
Right.
Because when we were playing the song, I loved it. People probably have already seen it on the internet, me playing it acoustically. But as you know, sometimes in the songwriting process, someone in your band will play a wrong note.
Yep.
Alex played the wrong note, and I went, "Stop! That's it. That's
Change.
it, mate."
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But the great thing about pre-production is we did it at a recording studio. So Dave just rewound a bit, and I'm like, "That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to sing this now."
Yeah.
And that's how quickly things change with me.
Organic.
It is organic, and you know what? I'm pretty happy with every time I've changed something. Although I did find a version of the first Sweet Mary C, which was called Already Here. So my idea with the Last Great Hope EP was this: we start with Already Here, and the last song is Already Gone. Yeah, no one liked the idea. No one liked the idea. They said it was crap. Well, you know where I stole that from, though?
Where?
Cheap Trick. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Good night now, ladies and gentlemen. And it worked for them.
Because you are a big Cheap Trick fan, aren't you? You love Cheap Trick.
And I got to play with Dax.
Yes. Yeah, I saw a photo too. Very nice.
And this was really weird because after the gig, I was that excited. You know, I sang "Surrender" with a member of Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was thinking, I've actually sung that pretty good. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went all fanboy on him, and he said, "Yeah, I just gotta go get a dry shirt, man. Yeah, I'll catch you after." And I went, "Oh no." That doesn't feel good. Anyway, I went out the back. I felt mighty uncomfortable. I said, "You coming out for a drink?" And I went, "Oh, no, I just got to go home, man. You know,
Yeah,
got things to do tomorrow." So I just left. And then I got a message and saying we've got backstage passes and tickets for Monday night show. And I'm like, yeah, I'm rehearsing, man. I'm practicing, you know. I was, but I was kind of lying.
Yeah.
Because I was too embarrassed to go.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I think I've overstepped the mark or something, it's
you'll step
embarrassing.
back.
Anyway, the show happened. I didn't go. I didn't meet anybody, although I've met Robin before.
Yeah.
A day later, he messages me on Facebook, the Dax, the drummer, saying, "Hey mate, great to have a play with you." And that. I'm like, I should have just gone.
You should.
I should have just gone. I just read the situation completely wrong.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Anyway.
No, well, happens.
Yeah. Cheers to you, Dax.
Yeah.
You're a good man.
I'll send this to him. Now, the tour is about to start. There are shows organised in Melbourne and all around Australia.
Yep.
I've seen.
Or in some places in Australia.
Some places, yes. What are the plans once you finish the Aussie run overseas? Electric Mary's going to go back?
Yeah,
What's the deal?
We'll go back in November. I spoke to the agent last night. Actually, he's got a few things together. We'll spend probably a month in the UK and Europe. Hopefully we get to do Hard Rock Hell again, which is in Wales.
Yeah.
It's on the 19th of November this year.
That'd be cool.
Haven't heard any word back. We've done it twice before.
Yeah.
It's a really good place with great bands and some that, you know, I'd forgotten about. You know, the thing is, living in Australia when we're a long way away, when we don't hear of a band again, for me, my mind automatically thinks that they've split up.
Yeah.
They haven't split up.
No.
They're travelling the world
Yeah.
and dyeing their hair black.
Yeah.
And travelling the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hair's getting blacker. I don't know how. So is my beard.
Yes.
But just really good. Look, I can't think of the right off the top of my head now, but there was a band who I was not a fan of or a huge fan or whatever, but I knew they were a big band and they played, and I think they were the main act. And they killed it.
It wasn't Kiss, was it?
No. There's nothing as big as that. But a band like Enough's Enough or something will play.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And they've got their stuff and they're really good as well.
Yeah.
One of the better bands we'd hooked up, and we did a show with them in the UK, was Bonafide. I don't know if you know, they're Swedish.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure. Boy, I hope I don't get that wrong.
Yeah. Have they been around for years and years and years?
Probably, but they have a song called "Fill Your Head with Rock."
Right.
Oh my God, it's that good.
All right.
It is
Check it
that
out.
good. It's you know, the Swedish are such great writers, and it doesn't matter, you know, whether it's pop or not.
They're great.
They've always done great rock.
Yeah.
The DAD was a great band. They're still going now.
Yeah.
I think they're at Hard Rock Hell this year.
Yeah.
And this band Bonafide, and me and the singer chat a little bit on Facebook, not overly a lot, but I really, really got into them. They got this thing about them, this feel about them, and he's a great guitarist and singer, but he actually plays drums in a blues band. So, you know, his feel is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's he's got something going on.
Gonna
He's
have
got
to check
the
him out.
swang.
Bona fide.
Fill
All
your
right.
head with rock.
All right. I'm going to check that out this afternoon.
He actually sounds a little like Chris Cornell.
Nice. He's got a big voice, clearly.
He's a very good singer, man.
Mm-hmm. Now, you once told me about your 10-year rule.
Yep.
Right, we've chatted about the 10-year rule before. I'm going to give you a 10-year question.
Okay. Is this like Facebook's 10-year picture?
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? Where is Electric Mary in 10 years? I know it's a long time, but the band is going, the band is strong,
Yep.
got a new album out,
Yep.
10-year rule.
Okay, we could easily still be playing, making records in 10 years.
Yes?
Whether we'd be a live band in 10 years' time, that would make me 23,
Yeah.
which is really,
Yeah.
now I'm just leaving mum's womb. I can't give you a 10-year answer. I can give you a
I was going to
5-year.
say, give me a 5-year then.
Definitely 100%
Yeah.
will be around.
Still going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
In 5 years. I'm not going to say the person's name, but I've been hooked up with a big-time producer, and that's 18 months away if it happens at all.
Right.
So there you go. There's
Okay.
18 months of that 5 years. So after that recording part that might happen, you know, you record, it'll probably take 6 months, and that suddenly is, 24 months, and that's 2 years, and then you
And then you're touring
start
and all
traveling.
that.
Yeah.
And so this person that you're talking about is in relation to Electric Mary. This
This
is
is
not
in
a
relation
Rusty.
to it. No, there's no Rusty.
There's no Rusty.
I've often thought about doing solo stuff,
yeah, I
but
was going to ask you.
yeah,
Why wouldn't you?
because I like the guys in the band. I like to be with them. Why would you want to do? Or actually, one of my favourites, Tom Petty, made two or could be 3 Tom Petty solo records with the Heartbreakers.
Oh.
He used them anyway.
Just called it Tom Petty.
Yeah, he just called it Tom Petty. So which
I
was
didn't know that.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
So not Free Falling. It's called Wildflower, the first one he did.
Yep.
Such a good record, but it's got all the Heartbreakers on it.
Wow.
And Mike Campbell did everything with him anyway.
Yeah.
And Ben Montench, they've been together since they were 17 years old. Unfortunately, we're never going to see anything.
No.
No.
Unfortunately not.
No. So
Okay.
there's my 5-year plan.
Yeah.
Definitely, I have
All
a
right.
5-year plan.
I like the 5-year plan. So are we dropping the 10-year plan now and just moving to 5 years?
Yeah, just because of attention span
Yeah.
of people, we'll make it a 5-year
All right.
rule, not a 10-year.
So if you're singing a song, you're now moving to a 5-year. Am I singing this in 5 years?
No,
That
I'd
sticks
still-
with 10.
I'll still stick with
Okay.
10 because that doesn't mean that I can't play an
Yeah.
Electric Mary song in 10 years' time.
All right,
I
all
could
right.
still play that.
All right.
But I'd like to have this band now. It would be great.
Yeah, cool. Now, I did speak to you the other day and ask you to bring in like a vinyl of one of your favourite albums of all time, but I know you've got boxes everywhere and you haven't been able to do that, and that's
No, I
cool.
haven't.
So,
I did drive in here
yes.
in my late tardiness with an album that came in the post yesterday on CD
Yeah.
of one of my favourite Australian band, which was called Matt Finish.
Yeah. I've got a Matt Finish album.
Have you?
Yes.
Short Note?
Yeah, the yellow.
Yeah, yellow one. Yeah.
Yep.
No, this is called Fade Away. This was
Right.
a 5 or 6 track EP back in the day, but now, well, Matt's passed away.
Yes.
So they had that EP, and added to that is another, I think, 12 songs or so that were demos or live versions of songs, and it's really good. I blasted that on the way in here.
Cool.
So that's called Fade Away Sessions. Yeah.
So check that out. So that's kind of what you're into at the moment. Do you get into
No,
new
no.
bands?
No,
what,
no.
What are you listening to? Give me a...
New bands have hairs on them, mate. You know what? There probably is heaps of new bands, and I'll tell you a couple that I've found in the last few years.
Yes.
The Temperance Movement.
Yes.
He's a very good singer.
Yeah, he is.
I love singing.
Yes.
Rival Sons.
Yeah.
Mate, he just doesn't sing bad, that guy.
No. Yeah.
A couple of their albums, though, I was on, and then I came back and went, okay, yes, okay.
Yeah.
But I've got their early EPs and that, and they're good. And Jay's solo record as well, which is also good from before that.
Have you got the new album?
Is it out in Australia yet?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard the single. I haven't got the new album, so I'll get that.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, I just listen to Deep Purple, Still Lights, Stormbringer and Burn, In Rock, Zeppelin. I've got this classic rock. I made up this thing on my phone with just classic rock songs on it, and it's just got everyone. And one that keeps popping up is Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome.
You know, sometimes with the classic rock bands, for me, just because you're in another movement or whatever, but you just forget about them for a minute.
Yeah, you do.
3 bands have come up, and these are 3 bands that Pete and I talked about when I first said to him, do you want to make a band like you would have when you were 16? Mm-hmm. Status Quo.
The Quo.
Sweet.
Oh,
and Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
Now, they're not really 3 bands that everybody talks about.
No, definitely
They
not.
definitely have fans.
Yeah.
But they came up and I went, okay, him and I are on the same page here.
Yeah.
Queen could have been the 4th, and I love the fact that movie's come out, because if I happen to switch the radio onto Triple M, man, Queen comes up 3 times an hour now.
That's
That
right.
didn't come out ever before.
No.
You know?
Since the movie's come out.
Yeah, and it's so good, and
Yeah.
and everyone realizes how good they were, both as a band and individually.
Yeah.
You
Awesome
know.
band. An awesome musician.
Oh, incredible.
And going back to the Sweet, I used to have the Give Us a Wink album.
Oh, right.
And I've still got it. And it's got the eye, and you raise the inner sleeve of the vinyl, and the eye goes from closed to open.
Wow.
And I used to sit there when I was a kid and just sit there and do this thing with the eye. And just a bit of meaningless information, really.
No,
But
no,
that's
it's
what I
good.
used to do. And Desolation Boulevard and all that stuff. Great album.
We played in Wolverhampton, the Black Country, and Andy Scott, the guitarist.
Yes.
So Pete had met him earlier
Yeah.
on one of those Rock the Boat cruises. And anyway, Pete says, oh, Andy Scott's coming to the gig. I went, nah. He goes, yeah, he lives a couple of 100 Ks away,
Shit.
but he's coming down.
And you drove down.
And he drove down,
Wow.
hung out with us.
Yeah.
We played to this 700 people room to about 60 people. And he hung out with us. He stayed the night. We had breakfast and that. But right in the middle of Already Gone,
Yeah.
I started singing Love Is Like Oxygen.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to work out the key in my head, whether I could sing it.
Yeah.
Because, you get too high. Anyway,
The
we
tight
did
pants
it.
on that night. Yeah.
And his wife said, did you sing? I said, yeah, I did. Are you the only one that heard it? She goes, yeah, I heard it straight away. And I'm like, yeah, cool.
Nice. So you have met a few pretty cool people over the years, haven't you?
Yeah, I've met a lot of cool people.
Yeah. Who would you say is the I don't know, you've got idols like David Coverdale, obviously, and people like that, and you've met him.
Yep. And Hughes.
Yeah, Glenn Hughes. Yeah, of course. So who is the man that you always wanted to meet, and you finally got to do it, and it blew you away?
Well, Coverdale, because the Coverdale story was so good.
Yeah.
It was one of our very first major supports, probably our first.
Yep.
And I got caught out once before in another band. We were playing with the Eurythmics, and I went and looked at what they were doing before they went on stage, and the tour manager just got in my face and said, oh,
Really?
yeah. She reckons the worst band in the world, and you stand there staring at her. That was her lyrics. Yeah, next day, bling bling, hello, we're off the tour. Yep, gone.
You're kidding.
Yeah. So when the Coverdale thing came in, I remember emailing the tour manager and saying, listen, the drummer, Venom, and I are huge fans. You know, can we meet David? And he said, nah. He's whatever, I think he was 58 years old or something.
Yeah.
He just comes to the gig, he does his thing, and he goes home.
Has a cup of tea.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
So we get there, and, you know, you got to get your stuff out after the gig, change clothes, whatever, go.
Yeah.
So I'm singing, and I'm not singing that good in my mind.
Right.
So I'm going with Freddie Mercury here.
Yeah.
Sometimes Freddie used to change the melodies, but he was always good at it.
Yeah.
Most people aren't.
No.
So on that night, I decided, well, I'm not singing that good. I'm going to change a few of the melodies slightly.
Yeah, yeah.
I might just not go for that note. Just not sing good.
Yeah.
Maybe because I was nervous and I was all tense and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I turn on stage to go to Pete, and I see Coverdale standing there with his arms folded like that, and he seems like a giant to me.
Yeah,
and,
watching you.
Yeah, watching me, and my legs are wobbling. Then I turn back the other way, and the band is what thumbs up and videoing us and that. And I'm
The
like,
Whitesnake dudes.
yeah.
Wow.
So I go, oh, this
I
is
feel
okay
better
then.
now. Yeah.
So the gig finishes, we go in the room, it's me and Nilo, and we're taking off our clothes and trying to get out as fast as we can, and Coverdale walks in.
Wow.
Am I allowed to swear on there?
Yeah, yeah.
Coverdale walks in and says, puts out his hand and goes, fucking great show, man.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, and then he just did a U-turn and left.
He walked out.
Yep, that was his thing, that's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a pretty cool moment.
Man, yeah.
And then Timothy Drury, the keyboard player, who also played in the Eagles when Hell Freezes Over tour.
Yep.
He walked in with his American accent and he said, so you're going to make us play tonight, right?
Huh.
I was like, so I'm thinking, oh, this is a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he's the one who got us to Europe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is a phenomenal guy.
Yeah.
He said, I want to help you guys.
That's
I
awesome.
can't do much,
Yeah.
but if I can get you on a few gigs with Whitesnake, and we had 5, but they
Wow.
cancelled it to 2. And the guy said, oh, I suppose you won't come now. I'm like, yeah, we're coming.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's cost us 25 grand to
That's
play
right.
2 shows. But we'd never been there before, and we probably may
Yeah.
never have been there.
Yeah.
Gone there.
Totally worth it.
Oh, absolutely. We saw, we played in Paris and we played in Belgium. And we also went to Belgium while we were there in the van because we had, well, it's not that we didn't have anything better to do, but John Waite was playing. So we just drove from France to Belgium, whatever it was, 4 hours.
As you do.
Mate, he was that good.
Yeah, he would have been awesome.
He was awesome. He
Yeah.
wasn't in a good mood that night, but he was awesome. But when we turned up to the gig, because the owner was actually the front of house guy as well, right? He has this show. It's totally different in Europe.
Yeah.
And before John Waite came on, we were just standing in the back, and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to the back of the room from Australia, Electric Mary."
Wow.
So, wow.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
he knew who we were. It was just like, oh, okay, and everyone turned around and they
Yeah.
clapped. You know, it's different, man.
Yeah.
I remember when Alex and I did this show in Japan, a television show, from the green room all the way to where we recorded it, people, the working people, it could be a boom operator or a camera operator, they were all standing each side of the carpeted area and they clapped us all the way through from the green room to like a respectful, because
That
they're
is
respectful.
unreal.
Yeah.
Total rock stars,
Oh,
these blokes.
I
when you
loved it.
overseas.
And the guy was great. Apparently he's like 70 years old. He looked like he was 40.
Wow.
And, massive. Their culture knows a lot about rock or music in general.
Yeah, and you don't hear a lot about it, do you? It's all very quiet.
Well, they have a lot of Korean pop there as well.
K-pop.
At their Tower Records, where I played solo, they had 2 floors of Korean pop music.
Wow.
And I think it was like a 6 or 7 floor joint, but a whole floor is rock, a whole floor
Oh,
is
right. Okay. Yeah. that's
dance,
how
a whole floor is R&B or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But there was 2 floors of Korean, those girl Korean pop
Oh,
bands.
yeah. Yeah, my daughter loves it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear it all the time. Yes. All right, now there's two more questions I've got for you. One is in regards to Rockfest in Adelaide, which is coming up.
Yep.
Tell me about how that all came together and what Electric Mary's doing on it and where it's going to be and all that sort of stuff.
Angela came to me and asked me if we were available to do a Fringe Festival show.
Yes.
And it's either in an old army barracks or one that's still going now. I think it used to be an army barracks. So she's putting on this Fringe Festival show. So what I didn't know, that each Fringe Festival show is put together by a person and they offer it to the Fringe Festival. The Fringe Festival says no, yes or no.
Right, okay.
I always thought it was just a festival and then he's running that, he's running that. No, you're actually running your own gig.
Right.
And you are like, you're buying the space almost.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to that because we don't get to go to Adelaide much or other states at all, really.
No.
So that's going to be on the 24th after our launch.
The next day?
Yeah.
How are you getting over there? You flying?
Flying. Yeah.
There you go.
Flying, mate. I've been going to the gym and practicing. Yeah, I'd flap my legs.
Lovely. Well, that's going to be a big one. There's some good bands on that too. I had a look at that today.
Yeah, it's going to be a real good day.
So if you're in Adelaide, get over to that because that's going to be cool, and you get to see him and his band, the rest of them. So, all right, to finish off then, what do you want to tell the Electric Mary fans? Because it's been a while between drinks, and it's been a while between releases and all that sort of stuff. And Mother is about to come out, depending on when this is aired. It's either out or about to come out, and I've heard it. And I love it, and I'm going to do a review on it. What do you want to say to Electric Mary fans? There's a lot of them.
Well, like him, I've heard it, and I love it. Look, sorry about the delay. The world wasn't turning the way we wanted it to turn, so we slowed it down. We slowed down our Electric Mary world. We made sure it started spinning with everyone going in the right path. It now has. The other thing is that I have decided at my age, and I don't want this to sound morbid in any way, shape or form, but I want to do more rather than less.
Yeah, okay.
So, and that's why I did the David Bowie show.
Yeah.
Because I love David Bowie.
Yeah.
Because that's the pop side of me. Bowie to me was like, wow, look at this guy. And when I was asked to do that, I was, playing with Dale Ryder from Boom Crash Opera, who I love. And it's, we've done a couple of shows, and it's not going to go on forever, but it definitely gave me a different perspective on, what I can do. It's funny, if I can quickly say this, when we did the show at the Corner, which was sold out, the guy said to me, I was just getting a drink after it, tonic water, and he said, hey, Rusty, how you going, mate? Pretty good. I hope you're watching tonight. You've made a deep impact on me. He said, I didn't think you'd sing like that, man. Yeah. And I said, oh, well,
style.
Everyone's got a secondary voice. This is what they do, because everything I do with Electric Mary is like a lot of head voice and speech level singing.
Yes.
And I told him that I watched a show with Brian Johnson, his car show.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
And he was driving like a T Model Ford, and he was really happy. And he goes, oh, it really makes me want to sing. And then he went, it's a long way to Tipperary. And I went, that's your voice.
Yeah, right.
That's your voice. Jeez. It's not that other one. And so he was happy with that answer, but the next answer he wasn't happy with. He said, it was good. It was a great night. He enjoyed it. He goes, but Bowie, you don't like him like you do AC/DC. And I went, I think I like Bowie more. And he went, that disappoints me, mate.
Really?
Boy, he wasn't happy. But, I love AC/DC. I just did another few songs for Dementia show the other day.
Yes.
Yeah. For,
that was at the Corner too.
Yeah,
that was cool.
And that was great. And there were some great people. And the thing with these sort of shows that maybe the audience doesn't understand, or the people reading about it go, oh, Rusty's doing another show, or he's doing that, or he's doing that.
Yeah.
What the most important thing is this, you're doing it for the right reason. Like, they're giving the money to the Dementia Foundation. But for me, I get to play with other people I'm just not going to be able to play with any other time.
Yeah, that's right.
Stuart Fraser, Noiseworks. I was like, how good's this? Yeah. I know him a little bit, but I'm stepping on stage and singing Let There Be Rock, and he knows that song, man.
Yeah.
Like, you see him in Noiseworks, or you saw him in Farnham, but now you got to remember he's probably older than me.
Wow.
He's been around for a long time, and he knows that music, man.
Yeah. Because you've done like Kiss.
I did
the
Kiss
thing. You've done AC/DC, of course.
I only do bands that I like, obviously. I'm not going to do a Britney Spears one. Although, oh baby, baby, how was I supposed? Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Look at the classic rock, and look at that genre, right? Classic rock is not just heavy bands; it's like a whole bunch of people.
Yes.
And you know, I said earlier that I should have been born 10 years earlier because these people are passing away now.
That's right.
We're not seeing them.
No.
There's never going to be no more Tom Petty's and David Bowie's. There's no more Bon Scotts. Malcolm's gone, so he's not writing riffs or whatever.
Yes.
These people are going. And I'm just loving doing their songs because they're songs that I listen to anyway. They make me happy.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So
part of who you are.
It's a part of who I am. And music has always done that for me.
Excellent. So there you go. He's going to be a very busy man over the next 5 years. He's given us the 5-year plan. He's told us he's going to keep things going and do more.
I am going to do more.
So that's
definite.
excellent. I like that. Thank you, Rusty.
Thank you.
I really appreciate this. Mother is out on February
22nd.
Yes. So get out and buy it. There'll be a review of it on the Hard Rock Show, and I'm going to do a review of it myself as well when I get a chance. So thank you very much for coming down and talking about it.
Thank you for having me.
Get out and buy the album and support this band because they are one of the great Australian rock bands. And it is the album launch in
Adelaide as well.
Adelaide and the Mimo Music Hall.
Yeah, so Mimo Music Hall, I keep calling it Music Dance Hall.
Yes.
It's a Mimo Music Hall. That's on the 23rd.
Yes.
Then on the 24th, we go to Adelaide.
Yes.
For the Fringe Festival show.
Yes.
I think it's guitars versus something. It's about surfing and guitars, and I've just forgotten the name at the moment. But anyway, we'll be at the Fringe Festival in Adelaide, and then we come back and do a show in Mornington on the 27th.
Yep, that's the day after my birthday.
Right, and then we do the 8th of March.
Yes.
We do an SSNA club, and then I've got an exclusive for you.
All right, go.
We're supporting John Corabi. Is that the 29th of March?
I think it might be.
I think it is.
Yeah, Corabi.
Electric Mary.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yep.
All right, good.
I just did.
You just
Imagine
did.
if we don't.
It's going to air. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you.
Appreciate it as always.
Great.
We'll catch up soon.
Thanks, folks.
Cheers. See how we go, eh?
What about all the stuff in the background? Keep the volume down. No, I'm telling them over there. Turn your radio off.
3.
Turn the radio off.
What's an Electric Mary?
No.
3.
He wouldn't know what it was.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
So here we are. So I'm going to have a chat to Rusty because there's some big things happening in the world of Electric Mary, of course. So here we go. Now you've been around, and I'm going to start this again.
Okay, that's right.
Hang on, wait. I'll fuck that up. We'll start again. Here we go. Got it right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, very good. Now, to finish off this interview, this part of it, am I still going? Oh, come on, man. Yeah, I'm still going. I'm okay. I don't know what's going on with my phone, but I think it's working, but I'll stop it and start it again just in case. There we go. 3, fucking technology. 3, 2, 1, go.